Yo, what's up? This is Sonny from Sonny Eat Well Club. We're gonna do another Get You Ripped weight loss meal. We're gonna do pork tenderloin. All right, pork tenderloin. We got two of them right here. Usually two come in a package, but however, here we go. Want you to see it, pork tenderloin, and I used a little Mrs. Dash to put on top of it, and I rubbed it in. A little no salt, rubbed it in. Okay, and I did both sides. And I have a plastic bag here, these Ziploc bags, which is great. And we're going to put it in there, let it marinate. The other thing what I want to tell you is I got a little bit of this low sodium soy sauce, plus I have some Italian dressing. Which one to buy? Buy the one that has the less sodium and the less salt in it. So I'm going to show you how we're going to do that. And I have a little, we'll go over that later, a little chicken stock. So let's take the Ziploc bag and put these right inside. Sometimes, just happened to be this pork tenderloin didn't have it, but sometimes there's like, it looks like a little silver skin. It's rough and it's tough. I was lucky this didn't have it. Just take your knife and skim that off. You know, put the tip of the knife underneath it and just skim it down. All right, so I'm going to move this around a little bit. Open it back up. Now, watch how fast I'm going to do this. We're not, you know, I don't do a lot of this measuring stuff. We got this low sodium soy sauce. I'm just going to give it, watch this. 1, 2 shakes. That's it. Basically, it's like a tablespoon. Salad dressing, Italian salad dressing, watch how fast. Little shake, boom, done. And I told you, like I said, I put the Mrs. Dash on top of it and I rubbed it in. We're gonna Ziploc this here like this. Gonna move it around a little bit, get it out. We're gonna put it in the refrigerator. If possible, what you should do is leave it overnight. But if you can't, you know, leave it in there for about an hour or so. So I'm gonna throw this right in the fridge. All right, let that marinate. Now, I've got the oven on 350, preheating the oven up, okay? And I've got the frying pan over here, okay? And I have a little of no-stick spray. Any no-stick spray is fine. Just coat it a little bit because we want to sear the outside of this, all right? So I do have another one already that has been marinated. So let me take this out. Take it out. Okay, let's come over here, and what we want to do, we want to sear it on every side. Okay, and you can hear that sizzle. Now, just so you're aware of it, the pork tenderloins, okay, they're very lean. And when I say very lean, which means it really doesn't have that much fat at all. So you don't want to overcook it, otherwise it's going to be dry. So while this is searing, let that sear a little bit. I want to talk to you what else we got here. I've got some walnuts, and it was a package, walnuts and almonds, unsalted, some fresh tomatoes. I have some pearl onions. Now these are the steam bag pearl onions. The steam bag vegetable is just as good as the fresh vegetables. If you want to use fresh, but it's just, this takes 1, 2, 3. Cauliflower rice, okay? I like to call it make-believe mashed potatoes, okay? Some string beans here. These string beans, again, steam bag. They're just as good. There we go. It's faster this way, but you could use fresh. Okay? All right. So let's just check this up. And I've got, this is an electric stove. You might have a gas stove where they're all a little different. Yep, she's coming along good here. We're just going to let this go another 5 minutes on this side, then we'll turn it over. Right, so I want to bring this over so you can see this. All right? I seared it on every side. Okay, and now I'm going to take this, put it in this pan here. I have a little bit of chicken stock here. This is homemade chicken stock, or you could use low sodium. I'm just going to put a little bit of that in there. Later on, I'll show you why. All right, now, it's seared on all sides which you can see. What I'm going to do next, I am going to put a little of the chicken stock, just a little bit. Told you, have the oven preheated at 350, and that's leaving it at 350. We're going to throw this right in the oven. Now, this doesn't have to cook long. I'm going to put it in for about 10-15 minutes and then turn it another 5 minutes and see. Okay, let's do this. All right, so we'll be checking on that. Okay, so I turned that already after 10 minutes. I left it in for another 5 minutes. So I did, these are great, these little probe things to check the temperature. It checked that at the temperature at 345, and I do believe that's just what I want. So I'm going to take this out and get my mittens. And let's see what we got here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Woo! All right. Now, what we have to do, you gotta before you cut it up, it's gotta rest for like about 10 minutes before we cut it to keep the juices in. So, we'll let this rest a minute and then we'll plate this all up. Okay, so now we're gonna plate this up. I have a little lettuce, as you can see, and we put a little of the tomatoes on there. Now I'm gonna take the string beans. Like I said, these are out of the steam bag. They're great, they're fine, and I did put the Mrs. Dash on there. I'm gonna put them in this bowl. Now, watch. Simple, easy. Got a little Mrs. Dash on it. We're going to take the walnuts and the raisins, came in a bag, unsalted. We're going to throw that right in there. Now we're going to mix it up a little bit. Mix it up a little bit. Mix it up. Now I'm going to use, here's my tongs. Okay. I'm going to use the tongs here, okay, to grab some of this. So we're going to plate this up nicely. And we got the walnuts and the almonds in there. Very nice, very nice. Now I'm going to give you a little trick here. Not a trick, a little weight loss tip. The biggest part on the plate has got to be the vegetables. It's got to be the vegetables. Now, you see I don't measure a lot of stuff because it takes too much time and I don't want to. The next thing what I wanted to tell you is there's always enough left over. So here's some string. It's good for tomorrow night. Leftover tomatoes, good for tomorrow, because you're not going to eat all of this, all right? So you got enough for another day or two. All right, we're going to put this to the side. Put the tomatoes to the side. Now, we got the pearl onions. Okay, we're going to put the pearl onions in here. Nicely. Sure, put some of the onions in there, the pearl onions. If you don't like the onions, don't use them. Very simple, like I always say. Make this look pretty here. Okay. Fast and easy, we're going to put this to the side. Now, we've got here, this I'm probably going to have to use the spoon. We have here our cauliflower rice. And I like to say make believe or fake mashed potatoes. I think they have a news station that's fake too. Don't know the name. I do, I'm just not going to say it. Okay, so anyway, let's do this here right now. Yeah. Good. Now remember, vegetables is the biggest part, okay? So if you wanted to eat more string beans and the onions and the lettuce and the tomatoes and the cauliflower rice, fake mashed potatoes, you can. Now, I'm going to put this to the side, and we're going to, all right, this is cooled off enough. Because you got to let that meat sit. Otherwise, you're going to have an issue. It's going to be dry. Oh, okay. Let's put this to the side. And I'm going to use my hands. They're clean. All right, we're going to cut it on a diagonal. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Nice. Oh yeah, you got that little pink inside. Cut it on the bias, the slant, whatever you want to call it. All right, yes, looking beautiful. See how that inside is cooked perfect? Okay, now let's get back over here to the plate. And we're just gonna plate this up. Nice. Very nice. Okay, let's get some nice big pieces there. A nice big piece there. Put this over to the side. So, here we got another weight loss meal. Like, comment, and subscribe. Oh, Lowe's lost one, but I wanted to put this up so you can see this. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm the real deal when it comes to weight loss and weight loss meals.